everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Marie Francois and today I will be showing you how I make oxtail stew. Let's get cooking. As you can see, my meat is already cleaned and seasoned. So now I will go ahead and put it, the oil is pretty much hot right now. We go one by one and then try to keep it on medium heat. So that way, you know, it doesn't burn your meat. So we try to spread each piece in the bottom of the pot. So the reason why I'm using this type of pot is because it's really good to brown the meat. You want to brown your meat. So this is the process right now. All right, I hope you can see it. Trying to fit everything in. And then I keep the leftover seasoning because we're going to use that later. Once you put everything on your pot, then you're going to cover. You go ahead and cover it up. So I do have hot water ready. So what I'm going to do, every 2 to 3 minutes, I'll be checking on my meat. Try to hold this with a pad, okay, so you don't get burned. So I can show you right now, it's steaming very well. Let me bring the camera closer. So when you see the bottom is getting brown, so what you do, your hot water, remember, you gotta have hot water prior to start, okay? Now I'm going to go in the middle, you see? Then you cover it up. That's how it's going to get brown. You do that every 2-3 minutes and then you cover it. Then you let it, you know, do his things for another 2-3 minutes. I would say 3 minutes, that depends. And that's why I keep my heat on medium, so that way it doesn't burn the meat. All right? All right, so we're checking our meat. So the good thing, the best thing I should say to do is kind of hold both ears and shake it a little bit. You see, I'm going around so it doesn't stick on the bottom. And I'll go ahead and cover it in. I don't know if you can hear the sizzling, but that's mean it needs a little bit of water. So we're going to pour a little bit of water right now. So you go right in the middle, okay? That's where the water goes. Just a little bit, not too much. And then you cover it. And let it cook again until you hear that same sound. All right, can you hear the sizzling? That tells you it's time for water. All right, you go right in the middle and just a little bit cover it back on. All right, and let it cook. All right, so I wanted you guys to see it's becoming brown. You can see very, very, very little, but it's getting there. Also, you see the extra oil we are getting? It's from the meat. So just be careful, be cautious. So when I do my shaking now, when I see the oil coming out so much, so what I do, I cover it and I do my shaking now because you don't want oil on your face. So you shake it. And the reason why you shake it, you know, once in a while, you have to, otherwise the meat gets stick on the bottom of the pot, and you don't want that. It's gonna be a mess. So we try to stay ahead of the game. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our cooking base, which is épices or sofrito. A lot of people know it under the name of sofrito, but we call it épices in Haiti. And this is pretty much what we use for our seasoning. We use it in our rice and beans, meat, fish, you name it. We use it almost on every single dish. So this is pretty much our secret ingredient or secret weapon for the Haitian people. It's really good. I wish you can smell the food right now, but I can tell you, it does smell amazing. All right, let's keep cooking. Ooh, look at that. This is what we want. This is the color, right? It's getting brown and brown and more brown. Look at that. You know, once in a while, I would say every 5 minutes, try to turn them. 4 to 5 minutes, try to turn them around. So that way, each side can get the color we are looking for, which is brown color, okay? It's doing the work. This is exactly what we wanted. Let me get the camera closer. You see? That's the color we were looking for. So now I'm going to transfer my meat to my Dutch oven. You can also make your stew on this pot if you want to, but because I'm looking for that stickiness from the oxtail, so I'm going to transfer mine in that Dutch oven. All you have to do is just transfer your meat to the Dutch oven if you want to. So it's easier to brown your meat in this type of pot than this. So that's why I had to do it the way I did it. But you'll see the result. It's the same result. A little bit sticky from the Dutch oven, but same thing. All right. Now that I transfer that, so I get my oil. Just transfer the oil here. And you don't have to put the whole thing because we have extra oil from the meat. So we try not to eat a lot of oil, but it's up to you. However you like it. All right. So can you hear the sizzling? It started. So what we're going to do, remember we have extra seasoning here. We're just going to put that in there. And we can just rinse it with a little bit of hot water. Make sure your water is hot for everything you do with your meat. Kind of rinse it out so we don't lose anything. All right. And then I'm getting my tomatoes. So that's when you put your tomatoes already peeled and chop. And this is your 2.5 cups of tomato paste. All right. And this is a little bit of chicken bouillon. It's optional. My husband eats meat, so this is pretty much for my husband and the girls. My son is not home right now, so he loves it too. So I put a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder, and just a tiny bit, I think 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon. And this is our last seasoning for the stew. This is garlic paste and ginger paste. I get it from the store, so. And remember the sofrito, which is the épice. When I make it, I also use fresh garlic. So garlic is really good for you. I mean, it's good for you. It's good for your health. It gives a really nice taste to the food. So I put a little bit of paste in there. And then one more thing before we cover it, we're going to add our carrots. Carrots is already washed, peeled, and cut little round like this. And then we just put it over. Everything is there. So you just add a little bit of hot water just to get everything mixed together. Cover your pot. All right, so we're going to add our garnish, which is pretty much parsley, Italian parsley and thyme. So what I did, I put the thyme in the middle. I tied it up a little bit, so that way it doesn't spread all over. And this is our habanero pepper. We put it in whole. You do not cut it. You don't want, it's gonna be hot, spicy hot. You don't want that. You just want the taste of the skin. And we put that in there, we cover. All right. Ooh, look at that. So this is exactly what I was talking about. You can see it's already sticking. You can see the stickiness I was talking about here. Yeah, the Dutch oven will do it for you. And just be careful so you don't get this little green pepper. They are hot, so you don't want that to open. Okay, keep it on top. And if you don't want to use them, don't. You can also use jalapeno pepper. You can just put one in there. Wash and put it there. But definitely remember to make this. This is really good. Thyme and parsley, just to bring the taste. Just everything to come together. All right. So after letting it simmer for a while, now we're going to add our last water. We're going to pour our last water for the stew. And make sure your water is hot, okay? So here we go. This is for the stew. So that's the last water. And everything's gonna be cooking together. And that's it. So we let it simmer again for another, I would say 7 to 10 minutes. And then we'll check it. Make sure nothing is sticking in the bottom, okay? All right. It's really boiling. All right. So it's time to taste it. So I'm going to taste it. If it needs a little bit of salt, more salt, just add a little bit of, like a pinch. Yep, it needs a little bit of salt, so I will go ahead and add a little bit, maybe more than a pinch, not too much. And now I'm going to take this out. I'm taking this out because I don't want it to open. Otherwise it's gonna be really spicy. So you don't want that. All right, now we add a little bit of salt. It's good. We're gonna add our onions, which is the last step. You don't need to do that. You don't have to if you don't like onions. Okay, all right, it's time to take our garnish off. We need to take this out, kind of squeeze it, get the juice out. All right, that's how it looks. So I would say give it another 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. So that will be a total of 10 minutes for the last step. Okay, another 2-3 minutes. All right, this is the aftermath, the result of our oxtail stew. And we do have a little bit of white rice. Like I said, you can eat it with white rice and beans, or with anything you want to. So there are other ways to make oxtail stew. This is my way, one of my ways. I have another way, but this is the way I like the most. All right, I hope you enjoy cooking with us. And if you want more videos like this, please like and subscribe to my channel. Bon appétit!